It's known as the world's richest art prize. The Moran Art Prize for Portraiture has been awarded in Sydney this morning to Sydney-based artist Leslie Rice, and he's $150,000 richer today. Leslie, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thanks very much. It's surreal, it's strange, it hasn't sunk in. It's a shock.
It's a very dark portrait, and it's a self-portrait, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yep, with some friends.
Can you take me through the inspiration for the work and the process of making it?
The process of making it's the easy one. It's just a matter of sort of dreaming the image up. I do a lot of drawings, and then from those drawings slowly make the painting until it's kind of enough. You know, we were talking before about it being a dark painting. Sort of starts life extremely dark, and then when it gets kind of just very dark, then I'm happy. In terms of the ideas, it's a vein of kind of painting that I've been working on for a while. I love these opportunities to paint self-portraits. There's a thinking that all paintings are self-portraits in a sense. So to try and find another sitter to make a sort of a vehicle for my own portraiture seems strange. So I have done it before, but I prefer the sort of self-portraiture, and it's kind of a way to play games with painting and ideas and the sort of notion of sort of how you feel about yourself and how one presents oneself within the sort of framework of portraiture, which is a tradition that's sort of been around for centuries.
The technique of being a really dark work, why do you use that technique, and how do you hope it sort of plays out in terms of the viewer looking at it?
I remember a saying once somebody said, they said in a room full of people who are shouting, that if you whisper, you'll be heard. And I often used to visit portrait prizes, and you had a room full of sort of massive loud images, and this is the largest painting I've ever made. And I sort of thought, well, let's sort of turn it down a notch here and see if that theory rings true. If you kind of make a really quiet, sombre work, will it speak to people that don't want to see the kind of garish, in-your-face, big stuff?
And it seems to have worked today.
It worked today. It did work today. Strange. Sorry, I just can't get my head around it. Sorry, I'll be with you in a second.
Well, you are up against some famous faces. There aren't a lot of famous faces in this exhibition, but there are a few. Obviously, that doesn't really play into the judges' choices.
No, that's the strength of the Moran, is that they like to think it's more democratic that way, that you don't have to paint somebody famous, that you get a connection with a sitter that way. It's also the reason I like it for self-portraiture, because you don't have to have tickets on yourself and in the way that you might do if you paint it for a celebrity painting prize or a painting prize that's geared towards people who are better known. And yeah, it's range. There's some really good paintings here. That's the thing that kind of blew my mind, is I had to wander around the room, and I've got about sort of 6 or 8 favourites that aren't black. And so it's strange now to think that this is somebody else's favourite. So
it's such a big cash prize. I guess the obvious question there is, what are you going to do with 150 grand?
I don't know. I'm sure my wife's probably got some ideas. We've got 3 kids, and there's always a way to spend money. But I don't know, it's just an unfathomable amount of money. So you kind of think of everything that you want to do, and I'll do some of that. We're off to Melbourne next week, so we've got some holiday spending money.
Happy spending, and congratulations again.
Thanks very much.